So you ever wonder what to pick? You have two options and you have to decide. Are you gonna do this thing? Are you gonna do this thing? Are you gonna talk to that person or that person? Are you gonna go to gym or are you gonna study? Are you gonna do business work or are you going out with the boys? And when it comes down to this question, there's this. Some people have a hard time picking, including my ex-self. But I think I found a solution. So hear me out. You need to have a list of your essentials. What are the most important things in your life? So listen. Here's what you need to do to get the right option and to decide faster. You need a list of your essentials. So, first of all, write a list. For example, what are the most important things in your life? What? Is it money? Is it family? Is it, I don't know, moving countries? Is it making a family? Whatever it is, make a list of essentials and try to put not this many things in it, but the main topics. What's your actual main goals? Because sometimes people say, oh yeah, I want money. But actually they don't want money. They actually just want money so they can achieve their bigger goal. You know, like travel all around the world, move countries, build this huge stuff in your country or something, you know, build an empire or some shit. I mean, business kind of an empire. Like, the money is just something to get you to the point where you want to be. But it's not what you want. You actually want this, but you need money. But you're gonna get money along the way trying to get this. So you need to make a list of essentials. And every time you need to decide between two things. Ask yourself, which one of those is gonna get me closer to one of my goals? So for example, if one of your goals is relationships, getting a good girlfriend, I don't know, making a family later on, and you have to decide, do you want to go do the business work or do you want to go out with a girl? It's gonna be a tough one, I know, but it depends what's your essential at the moment. You need essentials, and then you need to make them in line. Like, first, this is the most important, and this is the second, and this is the third essential, and this is the fourth essential. For example, I don't know, family first, money and business second, third, building a fucking business empire or some shit. I mean, that could be under two, but you get it. You get a point. You have to make them one by one, the most important to the least important, and don't make them too much. And these are essential. Then you can add some other stuff you want to do, but they're not essential. But the essential ones are the most important. They are the ones you should be doing at least one habit, at least one thing every single day to get closer to at least one of those goals. Every single fucking day you need to do something to get closer to those goals, and you're gonna achieve them eventually. But here's another thing. So when you're deciding, you decide based on essential list. What is essential right now? And if, for example, you were to pick between business and a girl, and you had your business and your fucking personal empire first up here, and then you had your relationships and stuff second down here, and then you had, I mean, you know, you can have it however you want. I'm just giving an example. Then in this case, you had business first and then girls. Then you would preferably pick business. Unless here, there's always some special cases. You need to understand, whatever you hear on internet, yes, some stuff might be true, and it's true, but they don't always apply. You have to think with your own head when to use them, because people usually just tell you, yeah, you have to do that. Like, I could just tell you, yeah, you have to prioritize business then. If you were to pick between business and a girl, always prioritize business. And you would always prioritize business, because you would always have to pick between those two. But guess what? You're never gonna get a girl this way. Let's say you have a girl, and now you have to decide between business and her, and you have a serious topic you should talk about with her, and you haven't seen her for over a month, and she really wants to see you, and she's sad, and you want to make her feel better, and you want to talk about something, you want to solve some problem in your relationship, and now you have these two options, business and relationship, and on your essential list, business is above relationships. But in this case, you're still gonna pick a relationship, because if you don't, it might fail. She's gonna be sad. You're gonna ruin so many shit, man. So always think with your own head when to use what. Realize if it's not so important to meet with her, or if it's not so important to go do the business work, pick what's essential. But always think with your head. All right. You could find a balance between those two. For example, if you work 5 days a week on business, and the other 2 days you spend with her, or maybe you spend 3 days with her and work 4 days on business, but you have to understand, the more time you spend on something, the more that's gonna grow. But when you look at relationships, if you spend too much time I'm talking on beginning, like first months of dating, if you're gonna spend too much time, shit might go wrong. I said might, it's not necessary. Don't listen to those online advice. Some say, yeah, you have to meet her only once per week for the first 3 months in your dating stage. No, it's not true. I mean, it can be, but it's not gonna break everything if you meet her 2 times, you know? It's like, it depends. Every situation is different, but they are giving some kind of a view you should have. So, you know, always use your own head and realize what's essential. And when you're picking business or girl, for example, right? You have to ask yourself, what's more important to do right now? To meet my girl, to make her happy, to make our relationship stronger and have fun? Or is it more important right now that I grind, build a business, maybe go to gym and grind muscle and this shit? What is more important right now? And what's gonna bring me more good shit in the long term? And yeah, some toxic people might say, oh, it's always the business. If you look that way, yes, but then you're gonna be single till you fucking die, and you're gonna be having relationships with whores and fuck women that are not ever gonna love you with their true heart. So I'm saying, pick what you know is the best to pick. But have a list of essentials. And always look up to that. I gave an extreme example right now, but if you were to pick between business or watching online podcasts, and on your list of essentials, it doesn't say anywhere to watch the podcast of that YouTuber and that YouTuber. Yeah, that's 3 hours of podcasts. Yeah. Or should I do my business work? Or do I watch this 3 hours of podcast? You look up an essential list. You have business up here. There is no line that says podcasts. Realize that. And then you know what to do. If you really have free time, you can go watch podcasts that are not really like useful or some shit, right? I'm not talking about those learning podcasts. That's a different thing, but you get me. So, make your essential list. Realize what's important. And get to work. Stay hard, brother. I got you.